This is why your muscles are not growing. Focusing on the pump way too much is the reason why you're not growing. So let me explain the pump. We all know what the pump is, but why is the pump not connected to muscle growth? Well, first of all, I can get a pump by lifting a 5 pound dumbbell, right? But is that going to build my biceps? That's not going to build my biceps. Most lifters with very big biceps, they lift way more than 5 pound dumbbells, I'll be honest. They lift I've seen like 30 pound dumbbells, 40 pound dumbbells. They lift like very heavy weights for reps. Like no one is doing core reps for biceps. Everyone's lifting, probably doing at least 8 to 12 with the heavy weights. And 15 to 20 kilograms per hand is a lot. And believe me, you're going to get a pump, but the pump is not connected to muscle growth. It doesn't build muscle. So if you focus too much on the pump, you're not really gaining like more muscle. Actually, if you focus too much on the pump and you don't care about adding weight to make everything like more challenging and harder, you're not really going to be in that effective like rep zone. Meaning, usually the last few reps are the reps that are going to cause that muscle growth. They're going to stimulate that muscle growth. The last 4 to 5 reps on each set. And if you end up doing like too many sets, you're probably into junk volume and not really getting any benefit at all. So let's say that you focus on the pump exclusively. Well, you don't care about how much weight you lift, you don't care about the reps that you're doing, you're just pumping, right? And look, you can get a pump without doing a challenging set, is what I'm trying to say. And challenging sets are what is going to build that muscle. I used to believe that, well, I used to be into that progressive overload. And I used to be in that, I believe that, let's say I will try to complete 5 sets of 10 reps on the bench press and then I'm going to add weight, right? Yeah, but the 10 rep sets were so easy. Like I had many reps in reserve. I was leaving like a lot of reps in reserve, so I mean I was lazy, that's pure laziness in my opinion. But you can get a pump. I get a pump doing my warm-up sets. So what? I can get a pump doing very high rep sets. And science, not that I'm a big believer in what the studies say, because they sometimes like they prove something, but then they prove something else. Like a study showed that partials are good, and then it shows that partials are not optimal. And that's why I'm not into science, to be honest. I apply my experience and what I've learned over the years, and it was successful. And all of these studies, they're a waste of time. They use beginners. Everything's going to work for beginners, but we're trying to maximize. We are looking for optimal, right? And I already know how to gain size. It's just so slow at my level that you can barely see it. You can barely see my progress. It takes a very long time. And when I record like every single day, you can't really see that difference. So again, I can get a pump doing warm-up sets, but if the sets are not challenging, you're not stimulating muscle growth. And that's what I'm trying to say. So forget about the pump. Here's my recommendation. Try to focus on your training performance, right? Try to make your sets a little bit more challenging, a little bit harder. Try to push yourself more on each set. Try to go very close to failure. Like the speed has to slow down, the barbell speed. The bar speed has to slow down. It has to be challenging. It has to be. And for most people, the bigger exercises are very challenging, even leaving all the reps in reserve. So progressive overload is going to apply for people that they have no idea how many reps in reserve they're leaving. So on the squat, I have no idea. So here's what I do. I do 3 to 5 sets of 5 to 8 reps, right? And let's say that I stick to a specific rep range. Well, over time I try to add more weight. I add more weight. In 9 out of 10 times, I'm successfully completing all of my sets. Because I'm still kind of a novice, like for my lower body, but it's going very well, I'll be honest. And yeah, I just do my 3 sets of 5 reps, and I add weight, like on every workout. If I'm not sore, I add weight. 5 pounds, 2.5 kilograms, I add weight. I add weight. I don't add reps. Keep that in mind. Adding 1 rep might be actually harder. Yeah, it's 1 rep is harder compared to adding very small amounts of weight. So I would say adding weight is better. Yeah, because adding a rep is very hard. It's a sign of muscle growth. Yeah, you probably grew your muscles, so that's why you're stronger. But you still need to be training effectively. You have to be in that effective rep zone, right? So you have to add weight. So yeah, thanks for watching. You can contact me for online personal training and custom training programs on my email down in the description. Thanks for watching.